Hello everyone, this is the Shadow Saiyan here, back again with the tier list video. A few things to say before we begin. This is just my opinion, okay? When I talk like I'm trying to force my opinion on you, I'm just saying that to get my point across, okay? And this is simply a Saiyan tier list, meaning no forms that are not exclusive to Saiyans. Some of these things, like Blue Kaioken, kind of fail that rule, but whatever. And there are two forms on this list that we have not seen yet. I'll simply be grading those based off of design. And then I'll probably make an updated version of this when the forms actually come out. So without further ado, let's begin. So we have a bunch of tier lists. We have a bunch of tiers this time around, so that we can be as brutal as possible. So with Uzaru, we're gonna put this in B tier this time around. Top of B tier. It's a good transformation for the beginning, okay? But it's not necessarily like the most interesting transformation. Like there are stuff that are added on to this that make it way more interesting. But it itself is not that good. It's gonna be B tier. Next is Super Saiyan. Some people really like to downplay this transformation, and I don't know why. It was the first one. And it's like the best in terms of being emotional and having all that build up. Like, what's wrong with it? Like, why do people try and downplay it? I have no idea. Whatever. Okay, that's just their opinion. Super Saiyan Grade 2. Now, my original tier list, I put it in C, and that's where it's gonna go again. It's not gonna be D. Because the thing is, it's not awful, okay? Sure, it was kind of boring for just being another Saiyan transformation. It's just a little bit bulkier than traditional Super Saiyan. But the idea of being able to ascend beyond Super Saiyan is cool. And for the time, it was, neat. So we're going to give it C, not D. D for the really horrible ones. This here, Super Saiyan Grade 3. We're going to put this above Super Saiyan Grade 2, but it's not going in B. It's a bit more interesting due to its weakness, and Trunks used it, so that was cool. But other than that, same things that apply to Super Saiyan Grade 2 apply to this. Next is this. I don't think it's ever been called Super Saiyan Grade 4, but I count it as like a calm Super Saiyan. And we're gonna put this here. It's cool that Super Saiyan was mastered and it's calm looking. I think that's a cool idea. But then again, it's still not as interesting as a Super Saiyan Grade 3 weakness thing. So it's gonna still be in C tier. And I'm not hating on Z. The way I feel about these forms does not reflect how I feel about the sagas, okay? Next is Super Saiyan 2. This is an easy A tier form. Gohan's development with it was cool, and it was unique with Gohan because his hair spiked up more than it did as a Super Saiyan 1 for Gohan. But didn't necessarily apply to all the other characters, but still, it was really cool, and I really like it. It's an easy A tier, not much wrong with it besides the lightning aura is cool, but I don't know, it feels really similar to Super Saiyan, but that kind of makes sense actually, because it's a Super Saiyan form, so they shouldn't really change too drastically, right? So we're trying to be nice here, and I like it. I don't like it. I don't hate it, and I like it. So next is Super Saiyan 3. We're gonna put this in B, above Uzaru actually. What does this have going for it that Uzaru doesn't? I kind of feel like it's a bit more fierce without the eyebrows, and it was a Super Saiyan add-on. It came out of nowhere, but then again, so did Uzaru, and they are both cool surprises. So, we're gonna be, trying to make everything as fair as possible. So, Super Saiyan 3 kind of had a bit more going for it. It feels like it's a bit more of a unique design, I guess. It's not just a giant grade 8. But still, it's B tier, not A tier, because it came out of nowhere without any meaning. But it was still really cool looking, in my opinion. Next is Fall Super Saiyan from the Slug movie. And the design is cool. But we're gonna put this here. The weakness that Grade 3 has makes it more interesting than this, and it's just a cool looking design, but other than that, it doesn't have enough going for it to be a B tier. It's a cool idea, but then again, this was also a cool idea, and it was what was more interesting in my opinion. Next is this. Okay, D tier. Why is it D tier? Broly, he's cool because it's just so crazy seeing someone just beat on the heroes like this, like the whole movie until eventually Goku. I believe it was Goku who won. Yeah, I haven't seen the movie in a while, but the Saiyan transformation itself, it's a cool idea for being legendary, and the green hair was a nice choice. But then again, it's just an evil Super Saiyan, so you can't really say it's not like it doesn't have a necessarily. Can't talk today. It does not have a necessary weakness like Super Saiyan Grade 3 did, and the design isn't necessarily better than these, so we're gonna put it here. You could argue that's better than this, but actually, no, we'll keep it here. Yeah. Golden Uzaru time. We're gonna put this in easy A tier. Does not have the emotional connection that Super Saiyan 2 did. However, it is a really interesting concept to build off of Uzaru in the Saiyan lore. Another great idea GT had that it kind of wasted. And it was just a cool idea, and it kind of added what Vegeta was talking about earlier about the Super Saiyans and how they were giant golden great apes when you saw the animation, and this kind of brought that back in a way. Super Saiyan 4. Now, I was a bit cruel last time, so we're going to put it directly below Golden Uzaru. And it is a great design, an amazing design, actually. It's just, the design is amazing, but everything else, well, I mean, it was a nice add-on to Saiyan lore, and it fit well with Super Saiyan Golden Uzaru. It fit with that, but that's all it has going for it. But it's A tier though. Like, I'm talking like it's bad when it's an A tier, so don't misinterpret my words. It's an amazing form. It's just it's not as good as Golden Uzaru because it doesn't have the additional lore feeling that this had. This doesn't have that, but it's an amazing design regardless. Super Saiyan God is an easy A tier. We're gonna put, you know what? Okay, yeah, we'll put it here. Super Saiyan 2's emotional connection, put it above Super Saiyan God. Super Saiyan God is great, okay? Why am I, you know what, actually, put this, I'm gonna put this here. It's, it was unique, and it made skinnier, kind of added that, divine feeling by being skinnier, and it really changed the status quo, which is actually why I'm gonna be a bit controversial here and put it here. It does not have the emotional connection that Super Saiyan 2 had, but it shook the Dragon Ball fans, and it was a neat surprise, and it was very unique. Something that this didn't have, and it was still interesting lore. Not necessarily Saiyan lore, but it's still Saiyan Transformation regardless. And it did have some Saiyan lore with the first Super Saiyan God or whatever, Yamoshi. I don't know how that whole thing works. Next is Super Saiyan Blue. Now, I'm going to be nice, and I am going to give this as much boosts as I can, and we're going to put it here. That's as high as it's gonna go. I like the color blue. It's my favorite color. That's my favorite shade of blue. Well, almost my favorite shade of blue. And I like the idea of a blue Super Saiyan. And it is a recolor, but I kind of feel like, due to the fact that Super Saiyan was stacked onto the God form, and God form was kind of like a base, it kind of made sense that it was a recolor. Kinda. I'm not defending it 100%, but it kind of made sense. Like, what could they really have done, realistically speaking? But I kind of feel like it would have been better if it was introduced later than where it was. I don't know. The Frieza Saga. Oh, the Resurrection F Saga was kind of ruining things, but Super Saiyan Blue itself is a lazy design. However, what could they have done? I'm gonna give it that benefit. What could they have done to make it more unique and make sense? Blue Kaioken, I don't know if this counts as a Saiyan transformation, but it's still Super Saiyan Blue, so we're gonna count that. It's going to go above this. Kaioken is a great transformation, an easy A tier. It's not really a transformation, more of a technique, if you will. But then I kind of feel like it made Super Saiyan Blue a bit more unique when Kaioken was on top of it, because it kind of added extra flair to it. So that's why it gets some extra points. But it's still a C tier regardless. I'm not going to be too nice now. I'm going to give Rose some benefits. It's elegant, and it's kind of like a twisted Super Saiyan God transformation. And it was a Masu special transformation. But then it's still, you know what? We're gonna put it above this. We're gonna put it above that. It's unique in a way, and had some unique stuff with it. So being as nice as possible, gonna put it there. It does not have the interesting weakness, and it's a pink hair. Not really that special in terms of design, but still, gonna give it high C tier status. Now, the manga gave Super Saiyan Rage an explanation, and the idea is cool for the Kai key or whatever. But I still feel like, even though that made it a bit more interesting, I still think it was lazy. I still think it could have been introduced in a different way. Somehow, I don't know. I don't know how, but the transformations that kept getting introduced kind of every arc made it feel really boring, and it made Trunks feel like a Gary stew. They could have done this way better, and they could have made a more unique design, so it's still a D tier. But you know what? We'll put it above this because it's just green hair. It's the legendary. Both ideas are cool. This kind of has what Super Saiyan God forms had going for them with the special key, so that's why it goes above legendary Super Saiyan. I'm gonna be nice with Blue Evolution. Blue Evolution blue is my favorite type of blue, and the aura, some people don't like it. I personally like it. I think it's really neat. So we're going to put this above all Super Saiyan. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be somewhat controversial. We're gonna put this right here. It doesn't have the weakness that this had, but it has more unique design than some of these forms here. It had a bit more unique with the aura and whatnot, and the neat little blue color. There's a theory that this is Super Saiyan 2 on God, so that's a theory, but I still think that would be a neat idea. And I kind of felt like it had a bit more meaning, emotional meaning than this did, because Vegeta was fighting for his family and all that stuff. So a bit more emotional of a connection compared to this puts it above, in my opinion. It's a B tier. Not above Uzaru, because Uzaru was the first transformation, and I kind of feel like I'm being a bit too nice. That's where we're going to put this. The Ikari form is unique. We're going to put it here. Super Saiyan 3 was a surprise, and so was this, and this is not as unique of a design as this. It kind of took some of the elements that this had. But it takes the ferocity, or whatever, however you say that word, that this had, but it's not as good, because it's not as unique of a design as Super Saiyan 3. So that's why I'm putting that here. Very cool idea, though. The legendary Super Saiyan Super, I don't know if it's officially called that. Vegeta kind of said this could possibly be that, but it was never 100% confirmed. We're gonna put this here. It's a cool transformation in terms of, you know, being legendary Super Saiyan. The design itself is lazy, but still kind of cool. And I'm gonna put it below Super Saiyan Blue simply because it's just fan service. That blue kind of wasn't. So we're gonna give it this blue as much props as I can, because I kind of like the form. So, but this is not as good. Kind of lazy and really fan service like this female Broly. We're gonna put this here. Super Saiyan mixed with the whatever legendary form. I don't know necessarily how that's explained, but I think it's an interesting idea at least. And no. How about this? It's better than this alone because it's better than this alone because it was unique with the fusion. It was unique with the fusion, I should say. Proper grammar. But still, it's there's no excuse for the lady design that Super Saiyan Blue had. Next is Super Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker. The design looks really cool, but then again, it's a Super Saiyan 4 kind of thing, so I kind of feel like we have to be as fair as possible. It's a really cool design, but it doesn't deserve as much props that this form got, Super Saiyan 4. So we're gonna put this above here. It's kind of cool, kind of unique idea, the God Key and all that, but still. It's still lazy fan service, whatever you want to say about it. Now this, this we haven't seen it yet. We don't know what it is, but going off of the design, it's rather lazy. So we're gonna put it here because it doesn't have the props that Super Saiyan 4 had. So, because this guy had the Super Saiyan 4 amazing design boost, and this has the Super Saiyan 3 idea without being gold. So that's why it's gonna go here. Below. I don't know what you could say it's as much fan service as this was, but still, we don't know what it is yet, so as much of a benefit as possible and put that there. This Evil Saiyan transformation has been officially confirmed, I believe, as a transformation. And we're gonna put that here. An Evil Saiyan sounds edgy and whatnot, but I still think it's a okay idea. So we're gonna give it props for that and say it was a bit unique. And who knows, maybe this is actually Evil Saiyan transformation, who knows. Because Evil Saiyan design itself, the idea is kind of lazy and edgy, but then again, I mean, the design looks kind of neat. So we're gonna put that there. It's not, we'll put it here. Because it's not, doesn't have the Super Saiyan 4 benefit. And we've seen more of this than we've seen of this yet, so. And then finally, whatever this form is, I think it looks really cool. So we're just gonna put it here. We don't know what the idea behind this form is yet, but it looks kind of cool. So we're gonna put that there. Maybe Cumber tries to use his ki to affect Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, but he ends up not being controlled and can control the dark ki or whatever. So that's what it could be. I think the design enough warrants. It's lazy, I know, but still, I kind of lazy. We'll put we'll put it here. This kind of raises a bit more questions than this for me. So, oh god, there's no S tiers. So you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna change it up a bit. Put Super Saiyan God here. Because I kind of feel like it would change the status quo a lot and really help bring Super to its own, so that's why it's going to get an S. So we'll put that there, and you know what? Super Saiyan 4 kind of did the same thing, so we'll be nice and give it that edge too, but didn't do as much of a... well, the thing is, this Super Transformation kind of held Super GT on its back, while Super was aided by a lot of things, including this. So, yeah, we'll say that. Now I feel like I'm going too overboard. So you know what we'll do? Super Saiyan 2 is going to go here. We're going to put this back down here. Okay. This is the final tier list. This is all my opinion. It's good if you don't agree, because that adds, you know, debates that we could do, and you know, it makes us all unique. So you guys don't have to agree with the design. I try to be as fair as possible and show all my points. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a bit longer than usual. Share this video if you want, like if you want, all that cliche YouTube stuff, and I'll see you guys on Goku Day tomorrow. Bye.